Does it matter for egg quality if you go to sleep after midnight around 2 a.m. as long as you get 8 hours of sleep? So first of all, make sure you watch my video on sleep. It's part of my series of 7 daily habits that you should incorporate into your routine when you're trying to get pregnant into your 40s. I'm going to link it in the description below, and I really highly recommend it because it's going to set a foundation, a really solid foundation for you moving forward on your motherhood journey. To answer the question, though, directly, yes, it does matter what time you go to sleep. Most women do best by going to bed around 10 to 11 p.m. at the latest, even on the weekends. Consistency is key, so you have the same sleep schedule regardless of the day. Many people like to go to bed later on the weekends, but your bodies don't know the difference from one day to the next. It doesn't know that it's a Sunday versus a Wednesday. So for hormonal regulation, it's a lot better for you to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day. It doesn't have to be like right on the dot. Just try not to change it really drastically from like hours. Like if you're going to bed on the weekdays at 10 o'clock, don't make it 1 a.m. on the weekends. You know, maybe like half an hour, give or take a half hour is fine. Just kind of keep it relatively consistent. So most people understand that we have a master clock in the brain, which synchronizes body functions to the 24-hour light and dark cycle, known as the circadian rhythm. However, each organ and in fact, each cell, which includes your eggs, has its own biological clock that synchronizes to the master clock in the brain. So when we're talking about a woman's biological clock ticking, we are essentially talking about how her circadian rhythm affects her reproductive function. That means it's really critical for you to get enough rest and at the right time for your ovaries and eggs to work at their optimum. And that means going to bed like around the 10 or 11 p.m. kind of schedule, because at around 9 p.m., and studies have shown this, that your body starts producing melatonin to prepare for sleep. Melatonin is commonly known as the sleep hormone that regulates sleep and wake cycles. But melatonin is also responsible for protecting eggs when they are close to ovulation. They help to guard the eggs against free radicals and other harmful substances. And so you really want to work with the rhythm of your body, with the hormonal regulation and the rhythms in order to really maximize what your body is really just meant to do anyway. Our bodies are solar powered organisms. You would not put a flower which requires sun in a shaded place because you know it's not going to thrive. In the same way, our bodies need the sun. We need it to survive in many different aspects, one of which is that the sun sets our circadian rhythm, which affects our hormones, like I said. Remember that we are part of nature, so we need to live in accordance to nature's laws, not according to the convenience and the distractions of technology, such as your electronic devices. I know it's really tempting to watch another TV show or to just scroll through social media. For most of our evolution, we only had light from fire. We've only had electricity since the 1800s, which is about the past 200 years of our evolution, which is a drop in the bucket. In the United States, electricity became common in homes in the early 1900s. And that's really only about 100 years. When you compare that to the millions of years of that humans have walked this earth, have existed, and evolution, that's nothing. Our bodies have not adapted to the indoor electricity, to all of the devices that are just flourishing in households. And like, you know, a person has several devices, a laptop, a computer, a smartphone, you know, an iPhone, a portable device, whatever. I mean, multiple devices for one person. That has only happened in the past few years. Our bodies, our brains, our eyes, we are just not adapted to it. You really want to understand that our bodies are part of nature, to really, as much as you possibly can, to really live according to that, according to when the sun sets and when the sun rises. In fact, many women report that they have their periods on the new moon and ovulate during the full moon. This synchronization is disrupted the more that you deviate from the natural rhythms of the day, meaning that you sleep very late, you wake up late. You know, back in the times when we didn't have indoor electricity, people went to sleep when they when the sun went down, and they woke up when the sun rose. It was just a natural way to go about the day. When you treat your body as separate from nature, it's going to rebel, and it's going to do or not do things that you don't like not getting pregnant. So at the risk of sounding like your mother, go to bed early. And it's just really super important. It's one of the most basic needs that your body requires. You know, in working with my clients, that is one of the most consistent guidance that they are being given by their intuition, by spirit. Rest, rest, rest. Your ovaries need the rest, especially if you're going through fertility treatments. You cannot expect to go through month after month after month of fertility treatments and expect your ovaries to be okay. They are not designed to do that. So you need to have the proper rest at the right time. It is one of the most critical elements to your success, period. All right. Some people, I understand, have night shift jobs, right? And so it's going to be completely disoriented and completely shifted. The thing that I have to say about that is, if you can manifest this current job that you have, this night shift job that you have, you can manifest another one that's more aligned to your body's natural rhythms, which is what you're going to need to optimize to have a healthy baby. Can you get pregnant with a night shift job? Of course you can. Are you helping your body more if you've switched to a daytime job? Yes, absolutely. What I tell my clients is that you can work for the rest of your life. You only have a few short years to have your baby. What's more important to you? And you're going to have to make the choices to prioritize that, right? And that goes the same with people with with daytime jobs. You know, they work really long hours, and sleep gets compromised because they work. I give them the same spiel. You know, what's more important in your life at this time? And you're going to have to prioritize. This kind of whole idea that women can have everything, I just don't agree with that. You're going to have to make choices to really figure out what's important, and you're going to have to live according to that. It's difficult to have that work-life balance, and and you need the support in order to do that. You can't do it by yourself. And so you have to recognize that your body is not designed to work, you know, these crazy hours, either crazy long hours or crazy shifted hours where you're working the graveyard shift. It's not designed for that. You have to really get in touch with your body and what it needs. And by and large, it needs regular sleep at decent hours. Okay. Some people also stay up late because they feel like they're missing out on something by going to bed early. A lot of times it's because their partners go to bed later than them. Again, this is a matter of priority. What is important to you, right? If it's a matter of telling your partner that you're going to go to bed an hour or two earlier, and the baby's important to you, do it. This is a short term, you know, relatively short term, in the sense that you're not going to be doing this in your entire life. This is really part of the preconception journey of really preparing your body, letting it have enough rest so that it can heal itself, it can repair itself, it can do its functions at its optimum. You don't want to get to the point where you are really just getting by. Right. And so when you're at that point, there isn't enough energy reserve, nutrient reserve, just enough batteries. You don't have enough charge in your batteries to be able to sustain another life in your body. You need to have extra. You need to have plenty for yourself and another being, period. And that's really as basic as I can make it. And it's just, I see a lot of women just running themselves ragged, and it just won't work. Women in their 40s, we just don't have that healing capacity, in the sense that we don't recover that fast. We need the time to allow our bodies to recover and to repair and to heal in order to do what it is that we want. So my advice regarding sleep is try to be asleep by 10, 11 at the latest, and get around 8 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Most women need that. Very few can get away with less than that. 7 hours is really kind of pushing it. Anything less than that is just so rare that I would just kind of discount it. If you feel like you can get away with that, then you are very much in the minority. Most bodies have just adapted to that. How you can tell that you have had enough sleep is when you wake up feeling refreshed and ready for the day. And that is really the best gauge as to whether or not you're getting enough quality sleep. And when I say 8 to 9 hours of sleep, it's not 8 to 9 hours of being in bed. It's quality sleep where you're giving your body enough time for it to go through its cycles. And so it's sleep cycles, which is about 4 cycles. And so it actually literally needs time in order to do that. All right. So I hope that you found that helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe to get notified of new videos on this channel. I'm Julie Cheng, and I'm here to help women in their 40s manifest their healthy baby. I hold live masterclasses where I answer questions from women on the motherhood journey and post clips here. Click the link in the description below to join my email list to find out when they are. See you soon. Thank you so much for coming here. Bye.